The story of Joseph is a fascinating one. It can be told in many different ways. Today I want to look at it from the story of Joseph's three coats. The first coat, most all of you probably are familiar with, Joseph's coat of many colors. He is the favored son. His father gives him an amazing, beautiful coat, and he heads off to show his brothers. Well, his brothers aren't too thrilled about the whole thing, and jealousy begins to arise within the family. Some time goes by, and Joseph is going out to find his brothers and bring word to them. Well, that jealousy has caused them to hate Joseph, and they strip off that coat of many colors and they throw him in a pit. Coat number one didn't result in a very good ending. Well, his brothers sell him into slavery, and he heads down to Egypt, sold as a slave to Potiphar. There in Potiphar's house, he goes from the bottom as a slave, and he's put in charge over Potiphar's whole house. Then Potiphar's wife takes note of him, and that doesn't go well either. She lays hold of Joseph's coat. He flees the house to get away from her, leaving his second coat behind. And as a result, he is thrown into another pit, into the prison, into the dungeon. But once again, God meets him there, and he rises from the bottom of the pit, and he's placed over the whole prison. And as the story goes, two of Pharaoh's servants end up in the prison with a dream. And they don't know what the dreams mean. Joseph interprets them. And finally, years later, he comes before Pharaoh. And Pharaoh himself has had some dreams. And now he calls Joseph, and Joseph interprets those dreams. And Pharaoh responds, and he says, "Can we find such a man as this in whom is the Spirit of God?" So Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Since God has shown you all this, there is none so discreet and wise as you. You shall be over my house. All my people shall order themselves as you command. Only as regards to the throne will I be greater than you." And Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Behold, I have set you over all the land of Egypt." And Pharaoh took his signet ring from his hand and put it on Joseph's hand. And notice this next part. "And arrayed him in garments of fine linen and put a gold chain about his neck." No matter how many coats you have lost, no matter how many times you have crashed to the bottom of the pit, God is always with you, raising you back up. And in the end, the story always ends the same if you hang on to God. He will reward you and restore you. He will place his coat upon you once again.